Hello everyone, Ketchy1383 with Ketchy Gaming, and I wanted to talk about Animal Crossing New Horizons, which was the game I did my very first YouTube video on, which I did back in 2021, like 14 months after the game came out. And I had some issues with it, which they did actually fix a great many of those issues, adding a whole bunch of quality of life things here and there to the game. Although there's some things they haven't really done that I wish they would do more of, but oh well. I think more accurately, wish they had done because I haven't touched this game in forever, and I'm kind of probably never gonna touch it for a really long time unless, I don't know, something drastic like the island gets deleted for some odd reason. So some things that I thought they should have added that they did was a like larger storage. At least I think I said that. I don't remember, but that's actually pretty nice because I was running out of storage space when I was actually actively playing the game. On top of being able to add some of the items that you initially could not store in your storage into your storage, like the blueprints for various items. You couldn't do that. You can now. I mean, I had a whole list of things that they actually added. I don't remember them. I could go watch my own video, but I'm not going to do that. I will go over some of the more notable aspects of things that I found that they added and kind of annoyed by, in more or less the most generous ways I could describe it. So let's start off with Nook Miles. Still don't really have anything worth spending anything on Nook Miles at all. I don't know why they're in the game at this point. And let's be honest, at least me personally, I looked at some of the things you need to do to earn some of these Nook Miles, and I thought to myself, there's no way in hell I am ever going to earn any of these. Somebody out there might have or has, but I'm not going to do that. Like making 1,000 tools, I have shaped my island to whatever I want it to be. I'm not going to make any more tools. It would just be super boring to just make tools for the sake of getting Nook Miles. And that's not even like the complete tier of getting that particular category for Nook Miles. There's one after that, and I don't want to know how many tools that's going to take. That's sort of ties into with one of my sort of pet peeves for gaming is respect the player's time. You're not respecting the player's time with 1,000 tools. Just making them. Yeah, you could probably make them and sell them and stuff like that, but that's just so ridiculous. And I don't know why they thought that was a good idea to put it in a game. I hate it when games do that, where they have this like ridiculously huge number of extremely repetitive things to do in order to achieve some kind of goal. And in this case, it's particularly egregious because it's not very fun creating tools either, especially when you don't need to use them for anything in particular. Which brings me to the DLC Happy Home Paradise, which I can't help but feel like I got suckered into purchasing this particular DLC, where you go from being eternally enslaved by Tom Nook, earning him money and doing all the dirty work to make your island habitable for multiple other potential residents. You now go and take an airplane all the way to a different part of the world to work as a interior decorator. So, what do you do at this job as an interior decorator? Well, you go to various homes in an archipelago. You go to a house and you decorate the interior of the house. Sometimes the exterior as well, but mainly the interior of the house. Before that, you talk to them and they tell you what they want, but it's not really necessary because it has a menu telling them what they want and like, and they put the boxes in there. It's kind of superfluous, to be honest. So all you do, and I've done multiple rooms, is you go and you put items on the floor and you arrange it to something they might potentially like, even though I don't think there's actually any real wrong answer, considering the nature of Animal Crossing. And after you put a whole bunch of stuff on the walls and on the floor, you talk to them, see if they're happy. I mean, I guess it's a way to play with furniture you usually wouldn't because you have your set sort of rooms depending on who you are. I don't know, maybe that's the reason behind it, as well as adding different ways to add different items and making you work for it by earning a totally different currency than bells or Nook Miles for your job. We'll get back to that in a second. So you have to take a picture of the house, the inside of it, for them to actually count it as done. It's really annoying because that picture is saved to your memory on your Switch. And I had one occurrence where I was capturing some more footage in which they made me go back after I deleted the image from my Switch and take another picture of this guest house to upload it back onto my Switch, which I promptly deleted again, which really annoyed me because there was no need for me to take another picture of this particular house, but they decided I needed to, and I couldn't go back without doing it. I guess I could have saved and quit, but yeah, it kind of annoyed the hell out of me. Now, once you return and you talk to the otter, who hopefully is in a river otter, she will give you what they call Pokey, which is the currency for that particular region of the world. And they give you what I think is a pretty hefty sum for decorating. I mean, when they made me go out and do the picture thing, they gave me 2,000. This one they gave me like 6,000. So I guess it's not too bad. It's just they don't have anything I want to purchase. And decorating the rooms and the exterior of the houses is just the most absolutely boring thing I've ever done in Animal Crossing. It's one thing to decorate my own room, it's another to decorate the rooms constantly as a job. It's not fun. It's like watching paint dry. Which brings me to the free DLC that they just put out a couple of weeks ago. And what you do is you go to a hotel that has been built on your island. So you have people coming there with a bunch of money, increasing the cost of living for everyone who's been there forever. And you're contributing by making it a little bit more hospitable to them by decorating their rooms. It is almost no different from decorating the vacation houses and Happy Home Paradise. You select a theme and you decorate according to the said theme. And it is just as thrilling as Happy Home Paradise. Exceptionally boring. And again, watching paint dry would probably be more interesting than constantly just decorating homes again for a third currency that they've added to the game, I might add. Or maybe it's a fourth if you count Nook Miles. So one of the things I have complained about was not having the various items that reference the different NES properties to whatever Nintendo games in New Horizons, and they have the promotional items for Mario, but I didn't know they added Zelda. I don't know when because I just haven't paid attention to details for this game in any case whatsoever. But I was particularly thrilled when they added The Legend of Zelda. Still, not as good as having all the other Zelda properties out there. I mean, they had more in the original GameCube version than they have in New Horizons. I'm not sure there's much of an excuse other than it takes time and money, but this game's been out for forever at this point, which probably means outside of promotions, you're never going to get those Nintendo items, which sucks, but oh well. Which is the only time I actually had a decent time decorating anything because it was for my own house. And I turned my Mario room into a Zelda room here. And I turned, I think it was my Halloween room into my Mario room. And no, I did not legitimately buy all those by waiting an actual day. I just, kind of set my own time on my Switch, which still works, thankfully. Because who wants to wait around like a whole entire actual week to buy all that stuff? But this was the highlight of my experience with the Animal Crossing New Horizons in a really long time. I mean, ever since I completed my island, I was like, okay, cool. And they added a whole bunch of stuff after I completed my island and got a perfect rating and stuff like that. So there really isn't much personally to do. Like I said, I would probably have to have a whole new island in order for me to ever play this game ever again. Now, there is one thing that I did mention that they did add, which was they added Harvey's Island. And I mentioned that I liked New Leaf when they had the little strip mall of all the buildings that you go to and buy clothing, shoes, items, stuff like that. And I wish they had something in New Horizons, and then they added it. It was really neat. I wish I could take credit for that, but I don't. I don't think I can, unfortunately. My one gripe with it, though, is having to talk to Orville whenever you want to travel anywhere instead of being semi seamless and just going to the top of the limits of whatever canyon you're in or something like that and moving into the strip mall. You have to talk to the dodos. And you have to go through all these menus, you have to go through all these dialogues just to get to this island. It's cumbersome. And like I said, they offered this like too late in the lifetime of Animal Crossing for me to even care. It's neat that they added it, but I wish they had it from the beginning. Because now you don't have to wait for some of these people just to randomly show up, like Katrina, Sahara, Tortimer, stuff like that. Now, the last thing I want to go over is Cap'n. I don't remember when they added him, but he's definitely from the original Animal Crossing where he just takes you to some random island. I could have sworn you flew with the dodos. It's just it's hard to remember that far back when you haven't played it. But let's go. Yeah, that's actually pretty neat that they added Cap'n to the game, and he does his singing thing. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Animal Crossing's a cozy game, and I'm not past playing a cozy game. But in terms of buying the DLC, I don't think it's worth buying the DLC, like at all. If for whatever reason you haven't bought the DLC, don't buy it. You're not missing out on anything except for decorating rooms and dealing with way more dialogue than which is even remotely enjoyable. And you're not missing out on anything really all that special in terms of the furniture, unless you're one of those people who likes to collect all the furniture, then go for it. If you did buy it and you regret it and I didn't cover it at the time, I'm really sorry. I didn't get to it sooner. My bad. Anyways, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. But in the comments, put your thing that they added to New Horizons that you like that were definitely not in the base game. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one.